Hey guys, I'm Harold Skangley, and this is Velbon's Nearer Look. Today we will be talking about one of the most beloved opening scenes in movie history. Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift. Now, this movie has a lot of subtle moments of, drama.
I thought you loved me.
Comedy.
Winner gets me.
And the themes are slipped in very neatly.
It's not the ride, it's the rider.
And it's never confusing what this movie's trying to get across. Most of this movie is political satire, and it's kind of cool in that way, I kind of like how it's like cool. I hope you guys like the opening scene as much as I enjoyed it the first time that I saw it. Now let's go and dissect what happened, really, just the themes, multiple metaphors and allusions to Mesoamerican. So, before we begin dissecting this masterful opening sequence, I want to also point out that there was an almost equally as good opening credits scene previous to this one.
Nice ride.
Does the job.
What job? Delivering pizzas?
Okay, so here we have met our first character secondary to the protagonist, and her character is interesting because she obviously has a problem with pizza boys who deliver pizza. And this is reminiscent of the classic character of Hamlet, who shared the same character flaw, and so this character will come into play later more. So let's move on.
It's not the ride, it's the rider.
Okay, so the sentence, "it's not the ride, it's the rider," is actually very significant to this story. It shows that our main character is actually a cowboy, and he has been riding horses all his life, and he's not comfortable with cars yet, and so he's using terms that would normally be used around a ranch or horses. So that's going to be a big part of his character throughout the film. Okay, so I'm just going to skip ahead here, and we're going to move to more thematically important parts of the sequence. So here the antagonist of the scene makes his first action. He throws the baseball at the protagonist's back window out of frustration at the economic crisis at this time in the movie's timeline. Alright, now here we are at the inciting incident of the sequence. Now, the baseball has been thrown and there was no turning back. The protagonist gets out of his car and takes out a wrench this is actually supposed to be abstract and non-representational. A lot of people haven't noticed that. Many critics of the film have said that he would not take out a wrench, he would probably take out a large musket. But others, more in-depth critics, have said otherwise.
How about me? Winner gets me.
So, a lot of people don't know this, but this was actually a line mess up by the actress. She was supposed to say, the winner gets meat, and she accidentally said me, so the directors kind of had to roll with it because they were on a tight schedule. So this part doesn't really fit in thematically because all of the antagonist wants is meat, and that's all the antagonist and protagonist wants is meats, and that's it.
Make it interesting, Clay.
This is yet another line mess up from the actress. She was supposed to say, make it safe for me, Clay. But she messed up again and said, make it interesting, which is totally out of character. Because all they want is because she just wants to be safe, and she doesn't want to go like really fast. Okay, so now I'm going to skip ahead a little bit more into the middle of the race between these two.
Oh, well.
So the main character, the protagonist, has just veered off of the road and is now going down a side road, a very bumpy side road at that. He realizes that he's running out of, road, and he decides to go through a not fully constructed house. Pay attention to what happens in this moment, because it's very important.
Guess I got a new date for prom.
Okay, so this one line, guess I got a new date for prom, really ends it for these two, in terms of whether or not they will sustain injuries during this race, and she just sealed their fates. And so this is kind of a metaphor for the World War I conflict when the prince was assassinated, and when Germany and Austro-Hungary threw themselves at the Belgians and the French. And so this is kind of a subtle thing in this film. So at this point, the female is begging for him to stop, begging for her life, but he can't hear her. This is actually a metaphor for how we should take care of the earth more, because now his ears are clogged with either mud, dirt, water, or pollution. Or there is a fan theory that he was ignoring her because rage was blinding him to the fact that they were both probably going to die. Now, the protagonist does not leave unscathed, and in true Fast and Furious fashion, there is Tabasco sauce, specifically CGI Tabasco sauce, floating in his car as he flies through the air to his imminent injury on the ground inside of his big car. What's going on? I don't know, and you certainly don't. I hope you guys had a good time in this video. I would like to say that I am very happy in spite of, the negative things that have been happening to me, I can still remain a happy person even though I am broken inside. In a way, you could say I broke the dam and Superman doesn't exist. I watered the plant for 2 weeks and then neglected it severely. I bought the house and forgot to dust. You could say I took the pregnancy test and I got an A+. I bought the farm. Too many cows. Black skin, black face, black molasses. You could say I went to the barber and he don't shave. Thanks, guys.